Each of us in this life has a hobby or hobbies that he likes to practice, and I am happy when I draw, so I knew that my hobby is drawing. It is a way to express my creativity. But I discovered this hobby recently. I think I was late in that, but this doesn't mean I can't develop my skills in it. And I discovered these skills from school. When the teacher was asking us for drawings for the lesson, I noticed that I enjoy drawing and did my best to get beautiful drawings. From here, I start my journey in learning to draw, and these are examples of drawings for subjects like this. This is heart, and this is many drawings in biology, and so that, and this like fish. Then I love to start drawing people. And enemy. So I started learning to draw parts of face like this. This is the eyes and mouth, and this is the nose, and just like I learned to draw it. And during the corona pandemic, I started drawing people, and I was happy with that. So I drew these. This like girls, and this is enemy, and like this. And the most beautiful part of that is to put my signature when I finish drawing. And the most beautiful part of that is to put my signature when I finish drawing. It makes me
Hi, hello, and welcome. I'll be talking in this video about my hobby, drawing. I started drawing when I was 10 years old, around 8 years ago. At first, my drawings were just random sketches and copying drawings I see on the internet, or drawing some of my favorite characters in animes and shows. Then, around the age of 12 years old, I started drawing using my imagination, making my own characters and my own art. Of course, I used the help of references from animes as well as real people pictures, and I sticked back then to the anime art style. Every hobby faces some ups and downs, and my downs in my hobby were the times I had art block. It happened for weeks and sometimes continued for months, but with the right rest and beginning to practice, I was able to get over it. After that, in 2018, I made practice my main goal. I focused on it and moved from only working on face features and expressions to body poses and movements. The following years, in 2019 and 2020, my art style got way better. I also started learning the art of clothes and practiced more of the body poses. And I decided in 2020, my art style got way better. I also started learning the art of clothes and practiced more of the body poses. And I decided to try changing my art style to make it closer to human features than to the anime art style, and ended up making it in between of them. I believe the reason behind my constant improvement over the years was always practicing, trying different ideas, and using references.
Hello, today I will talk to you about cooking. It is my favorite hobby. I love to cooking very much. I learned it when I was young because I was the only girl, so I learned everything. I prefer to cooking more sweet. I love sweet very much. I love making a cake and cheesecake very much. I enjoy making them. Look at this some work. Look at this cup of coffee, how beautiful it is, and a lot of foam. I like coffee very much, and I like to eat with it pancake with chocolate. Okay guys, let's make my favorite pasta. Roast some onions with peppers. Peppers and mushrooms with onions. I will put spices and cream cheese and a little cooking cream. And that's all. Enjoy! Cooking and making sweet is a fun thing. I hope you try this experience. Goodbye.
Hi, I am Alia, a high school student. I am 18 years old. Today, I will talk about one of my best hobbies, which is baking sweets. It's one of the most enjoyable hobbies for me. I love sweets and I love baking them. For me, baking sweets is a very interesting thing. When I think about how I can turn these raw materials into a delicious dish, I become very happy. When I start baking any sweets, I feel so much amusement and happiness, and I feel like I am in another world. It gives me inexplicable feelings. And most of all, it makes me happy when I prepare the foods that my family and friends prefer. On the weekends, I used to make a new kind of dessert, and my family and I would eat it. And now, in Ramadan, always after iftar, I make a delicious dessert. Before, I always helped my mother bake sweets, but I always remember the first time that I baked a dessert myself. I was 12 years old, and I actually started preparing the first dish on my own without the help of my mom. It was a great feeling, so I made a chocolate cake and watched it ripen in the oven, and it looked very beautiful. It was kind of successful, but it lacks some modifications. Of course, because it's the first time. But after this, I developed my skills. I always asked my mother everything I wanted to know, and my mother always encouraged me. And I actually learned a lot from her. Also, I bought some books about sweets even. I learned from them, and I used to watch the programs of the biggest sweets makers around the world. I actually gained a lot of experience until I became very skilled at it. This hobby added a lot to me. It made me feel successful and confident. And whenever I was sad or upset, I would go to the kitchen and start baking sweets and play some music. And that makes it very easy for me and takes away all the sadness. Baking sweets has become one of the most successful things I do. And I am thinking of making my hobby my work. So I will join my university studies in one of the colleges of baking dessert. And after I finish it, I will establish my own shop so that I can invent a lot of new sweets. God willing.
My hobby, or I can say my refuge, is reading. I can read at any time and any place. I do not read only to remove boredom, but to remove sadness. Sometimes I think it increases my imagination because when I read a book or a novel, I feel like a character in it and I live in it. When I am at my worst time, when I don't want to do anything, the only thing I want to do is read. And after reading, I feel as if I have traveled and come back with an indescribable feeling. And in the future, I wish I could read English novels and books without translation.
My favorite hobby is reading. I love reading anything that gives me new information and adds to my knowledge in new stuff. I like reading short story books or novel series. In my opinion, reading is the best way to escape from anything that stresses you. It's the place where you rest in and live in the world of your imagination. Reading has helped me to improve my language and my creative side too. As when I started reading, I create my own set of imaginary and creative world to travel with the story. Reading books will always keep you updating to the present world. It will help you to feel happy and never feel alone, because books and sometimes will become your best friend. Moreover, reading will motivate you to have dreams and make you a better and intelligent human being.
My hobby is photography. So first, I will show some of the pictures that I took and edit little modification. When I go out, I like to take a very pictures anywhere. These are the photos I took myself without any modification. My name is Marwa Adam and I am 18 years old. I live in Medina and I am in my last year in school.
School senior student.
We all need hobbies to use our free time for good. My hobby is learning languages. You can continue in my multi-language. Obviously, I speak Arabic so fluently because it's my first language. Also, I can speak Turkish so good. Merhaba, ben Dikra, 16 yaşındayım. Suudi Arabistan, Medine'de yaşıyorum. Ne diyeceğimi bilmiyorum ama sevdiğim diller konuşmayı seviyorum. Mesela şu an Türkçe konuşuyorum. Güzel hissediyorum. O yüzden ben çok heyecanlıyım. And speak French, but I am still beginner. Salut, je m'appelle Dikra Dioufia d'Arabie Saoudite. Je me parlais d'une fronde. Langue, c'est une sensation agréable. I like the Indonesian language. I know only a few vocabulary. Saya Dikra dari Arab Saudi, khususnya Medina sayang rasa sana. Ketika saya berbicara di seluruh bahasa dunia. Besides English, which I'm almost intermediate in India, which I only understand some of it. मेरी नाम दिक्रा है मैं सऊदी अरेबिया में मदीना में रहती हूँ मुझे अपनी पसंदीदा भाषा बोलते समय इतना अच्छा लगता है कि मैं ऐसे ज़्यादातर समय बोलती हूँ I develop my language practicing the language online with native speakers. I'm good at making friends, which I'm taking as an advantage because practicing the language with natives can help improving my accent and vocabulary. My other hobby is horse riding. Horse riding makes me feel free, and when my horse starts running, I feel like I own this world. It also decreases my stress and anxiety. When I feel like my thoughts are pressing on me, I ride my hours and just keep running and feel free from all the bad emotions my mind has been going through. I developed this hobby by joining a horse riding club with professional coaches who can help me with it. I'm still developing it by riding my horse and multiple places that I can ride it on. I know practice riding my horse almost really.
Hi everyone, my name is Haneen and I'm 17 years old and I'm a big fan of handcrafts such as crochet. I started in this field when I was 10 years old and with passage of time my talent grew. I used to watch YouTube clubs about how dolls, bedspreads, etc. were made. I was excited when I watched it because I enjoy doing it. The person I was developing my talent for is my little sister. I used to feel joy when I played. It has something that I made with my own hands, with love. My family was amazed when I showed them that I made. I hope in the future to open a small project that matched my qualifications.